Today I bought this yellow jacket LED rechargeable light. I think it's going to help me to see stuff while working in cars or maybe a different other type of environment. And when I took it in the shop, I thought to try it, and I realized there was something loose inside, and could not figure was the loose part. Was a screw? Was a piece of plastic? I could not figure out by the sound. So my concern was that if it was a loose screw inside, it could short something, causing a short circuit at high current. Delivered by this lithium-ion cell pack or battery pack, and I didn't want to cause a fire, so I wanted to eliminate the concern. So I'm recording this video for those who want to see what's inside of these lights, or something similar on the same type of category of lights, like a portable lights. And I have to let you know that this is a very cheap product. Even I paid about $60 Canadian dollars for it. It's cheaply made, so someone has to make some profit, and all the people involved in the process between the manufacturer and the consumer, which is me, people have to make a little bit of money. That's why they do business. This item was returned. I see that the store retaped the box, and since I had some sound, some loose part inside, I assumed that someone dropped it before, like the previous customer dropped it on the ground and they returned it to the store. So the store trying to sell it for a couple of dollars cheaper, and I ended up buying this one because I know how to fix stuff. So what we have here, this heatsink with a LED, and I think those are the limiting resistors in series with a cell pack. I'm not quite sure, but I would have to zoom in and see the value of those resistors, and I see 3.9 ohms or something, or 0.39. I don't see it clearly on my screen. I assume that those are in series with all this line. Let's see, 1 2 3 5 6 7 8 9 columns, maybe. I don't know how they are wired inside. 9 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I have only 6 resistors, so 3. So I don't know how the heck they wire these things inside. It does not matter. I'm not going to troubleshoot to fix that part. But you see, they wired probably the negative side, the battery here. I don't know what they are, those lines. Oh, I think I know. It's high power and low power. So maybe the resistors are in the circuit for the low power setting. And like I said, it's just an aluminum heatsink. I got low battery on my cell phone, and now I don't have light. And it has a gasket which is nice and soft, silicone type, for some water protection. The battery pack with a connector, and it goes to this light power switch that helps you to change the intensity, light, high power, low power, and off. And a little light bar circuitry, like a driver, to show you here the battery status. So it's a couple of LED, blue color LEDs. So what I found here, that was a piece of plastic, this tab that was supposed to hold the battery pack in place to prevent the battery pack to move around. And also they've used a sort of a foam, a pad to keep the battery from moving around or rattling inside. So it's a very simple and very cheap design. I like the clamp that I could use to attach stuff in different places, and also the clamp has this type of legs, I would say, that helps you to set this one on a flat surface, adjust the angle, so it has double function here. I like the design and I like the color, it's easy to find, and I like that it's flexible, but like I said, it's very cheaply made. The mirror is made out of white shiny plastic. This is made out of real glass. I don't know if it's a tempered glass, but it's a real glass. I can feel the weight of the glass. And in order to take it apart, I had to take these bumpers out, which require a small Phillips screwdriver, and then the Phillips head screws, plastic screws that hold this plate to the rear chassis. So it's kind of a clamshell, two halves connected using this type of screws. So you need a Phillips screwdriver. I use two sizes of Phillips screwdriver. One is a little bit sharper, one is a little bit fat for two different type of screws. So I'm not giving you the size of the screwdriver. You need to figure out by yourself. Probably you need a screwdriver set. You don't need to use the Torx screwdriver. You may be tempted to take apart the Torx screws, which are on some of the plastic tabs, but those are to hold this one for the surface. It's kind of a part of the housing. This one I'm talking about is like to give some extra protection to the plastic. They are soft, rubbery kind of. Yeah, so what I did, I just glued back the loose piece of plastic tab that was rattling around, and I could use some double-side tape here if I want to, but I use some goop, some glue, and I think I'm going to use double-side tape, but I will not peel off the other sticky side. So when someone wants to fix this thing or replace the battery pack, it doesn't have to pull hard. So I'll just use it as a soft shock absorbing thing if this one gets loose. So that's the thing about this yellow jacket light. So I can say I like it. It's kind of nice design, but the way it's done inside, it's a classical Chinese manufacturing, cheap labor, cheap parts inside, and if you're lucky, they last years. If not, they will fail within weeks, so you have to return it and add it to the pile that goes back to rework or being sold on in containers full of defective, faulty electronics. I used to work part-time for a guy in Europe. He was buying this type of containers loaded with faulty electronics, mostly phones and cordless phones and all sort of stuff. And I could make 1 out of 3 to make it economical, kind of. Was not always constant rate, but that was the idea. He was buying for $10,000 at the time, and I was fixing those things, and he was reselling into his store. Okay, so take care. Bye bye. I'm done with this video. Bye bye.